Hey guys, K.357 coming to you here again. It's still the third Labor Day Monday, and like I say, I hope all of you have had a safe travels and your Labor Day visits to family and friends, or maybe your last run to the coast or the mountains or whatever. But I said that I was going to be doing a series of videos on church safety and security. As most of you know, we hold a safety security seminar free of charge every month. It's usually the last Thursday of every month here at our store at 1606 Westover Drive, Sanford, North Carolina, 27330. Carolina Firearms Training and Gun Sales, right here in the tramway area. We're very easy to find. This seminar is absolutely free of charge. So essentially what I'm going to do is do a series of videos, and it's probably going to cover the whole seminar. I'll do it, like I say, over a series, maybe 8 to 10 minute videos. And just keep putting them on there. Okay, I've had requests for this, and basically what I'm doing is I'm going off my PowerPoint, sort of keep me on track. This is the same PowerPoint that I'm going over that I show in the video. We also do a 2-day boot camp. That is $195 per student. You certainly get more than your money's worth. There's places that charge hundreds of dollars for this same training that I'm going to give you. As most of you know, 15-year law enforcement officer and law enforcement firearms instructor, and also defensive tactics instructor. And so what I basically do is impart all the things that I've learned in law enforcement over the years to you, so you can protect your flock. So without further ado, let's get into the seminar. All right. So, and I knew this would happen. It went blank, but anyway. All right. So is there a need? Is there a need to have a church safety and security team in the church? I believe that it is. So when a lot of people, what they think about is they think about active shooter situations, but there are so many other reasons to have a safety security team at your church. How about weather-related incidents, an imminent tornado or some sort of imminent weather-related event where we need to shelter in place or what have you? There would be a need. Your congregation needs direction, all right? They need some leadership. They need to know where they go. When hysteria breaks out, people want a plan. They want to know where to go. It's kind of neat. I go to a lot of churches and do seminars there and do consulting work. And, I usually ask them that most of them, of course, all of them usually have various fire extinguishers in the church. And I'll ask them, I said, when's the last time you had a fire drill? Well, honestly, we don't do those. Honestly, why not? I mean, if fire broke out, people are just they're going to take the path of least resistance. And that means walking over the top of your head, and that's what it means, folks. They want a plan. It's no different than you getting on an aircraft. You're given a safety briefing when you board that jet. And used to, when I was a lot younger, when I went on those trips on a plane, I didn't really pay any attention. I had my head stuck in a magazine or something. I listen to those safety briefings because I want to know in the event that jet has to make a crash landing somewhere, ditch it in the water. I want to know what to do. I want to know where those oxygen masks are. I want to know where those exits are and things like that. So there is a need for weather-related incidences. How about medical emergencies? How about if you had someone in the congregation that a heart attack was imminent or a stroke was imminent? Do you have any medical personnel on your team or in your congregation, a doctor, a nurse, a paramedic, an EMT, or what have you, that could spring into action all the while somebody's calling 911? How about theft? How many unlocked doors are left in your parking lot at the church? Thieves, they usually don't break into cars that much anymore, but they look for opportunities. Opportunity would be an unlocked car. Okay, I never forget we had a rash of B&Es to cars in Siler City one night, and I want to say 2 or 3 handguns were stolen. Did you know all those cars, every one of them were unlocked? Now, it's bad that they were unlocked, but it's really bad they left a firearm in there, okay? Not a good idea. Because, obviously we don't want firearms getting in the hands of bad guys, do we? It's the same thing at the church. You need to lock your car up, okay? Of course, ideally, there will be one of your staff, one of your safety security members that are out there patrolling the outside, and we're going to get all into that later. How about vandalism? Same thing, vandalism. You have people will steal the copper wire off. Well, that's theft, but of course it's also vandalized and ruined off the air conditioning systems. They'll draw graffiti on the walls and things like that. That costs money and costs time to repair those things. How about domestic violence? Now listen, domestic violence is a real possibility. So active shooters probably the least likely, but it can happen. And I always like to say, you train for a day you hope never happens. That way, if it does happen, you're all the well better prepared. But a domestic violence situation is a very likely scenario, which leads to violence, which could lead to a shooting. So the scenario obviously would be that you got a man and a woman that are married, they have a couple of kids or one kid or whatever, and the child is in the nursery. Perhaps the male has a what we call a 50B protection order against him, that basically where the judge orders that he cannot go near any of the family, the kids, the spouse. It was a very bad situation there, maybe where violence was involved, where maybe a serious assault on the female was involved. And this guy tries to get in there and schmooze his way into the nursery to get little Johnny to take him out for some ice cream or something. And then maybe mom finds out real quick what dad is doing, and then them two end up meeting in the parking lot. Maybe somebody pulls out a knife or a gun, and then you can see where things are going to escalate. People do incredible things when it comes to the kids, folks. You know that. So there could lead to a shooting or a stabbing or a serious assault or what have you. So there's a reason why a lot of churches will have the child to wear maybe a paper bracelet that's serialized. That way, the only person that gets that child also must be wearing a bracelet that matches the serial number to their child. You hate to think that you have to do drastic things like that, but if my child, of course, my children are all grown, I got grandkids now, but if my child was in that nursery, I would have no problem signing a piece of paper saying, yes, I understand that the only person is going to be able to get my child today if he gets out of the nursery early, or when church is over and I get him out of the nursery, is that my serial number on my bracelet match my child's. I don't think you'd have a problem with that, right? You might have a problem with that if you weren't authorized to get your child, but that probably means you did bad things, okay? There's a reason why that 50B order is against you, which, I doubt many people are watching this video anyway that are law-abiding citizens. What I'm talking about most is to all my good Christian folks out there and my law-abiding citizens. Obviously, an active shooter would be the least likely situation to happen, but it can happen. It happened in Texas. It happened in Charleston, South Carolina. So it can happen, and it will happen. It will continue to happen. Of course, I think all this is prophecy anyway. It's, the world's going to get far worse than it's going to get better in the end days, before we're raptured out of here. It's going to get a whole lot worse, folks. But I'm going to share some verses with you in these series of videos to where it is scriptural to protect the flock. All right? God also gives us a brain and He expects to use us. Yes, we are to trust in Him, but we're also to rely on the common sense that He gave us too. Okay? And I will give you multiple scriptures to support protecting the flock. Okay? It's clear. I mean, I picked out scriptures there. There weren't no ambiguity to that. They were crystal clear, okay? So, all right, now I'm going to stop this first video at 8 minutes, coming up on 9 minutes, because the next one is statistics that I think you'll find very interesting. Statistics. Now, this is going to be up through 2015, so 2018. I need to update my PowerPoint because 2018, there's more. There's more to add to it, more bad things to add to it, okay? So I'm signing off. Our next free seminar, Lori, is what? The 27th of September?
27th.
Yep, so our next free seminar here at our store in Sanford is the 27th of September. And we invite you to come. We invite you to share this with your family and friends. Please feel free to share this video. I know I look a little scruffy looking, but hey, we were off yesterday and we're off today, and yes, my beard grows fast. So I'll be clean shaven tomorrow morning. But I wanted to go ahead and start these series of videos, okay? I'm a pretty laid back kind of guy anyway, so I'm not going to be dressed in a coat and tie when you come for these videos. But I will arm you with knowledge, okay? So we enjoy doing this. I feel led to do it. I'm thrilled to do it. I'm not thrilled that I have to do it, but I'm glad that I have no reservations about helping churches. So I will come to your church to make it happen, or you can come here. And usually this is where it all starts, to get information that points you in the right direction to start safety and security teams. So if you like the video, you can hit the like button and subscribe, because I'm going to be doing other videos, which, as you know, if you already subscribed to my YouTube channel, we do talk about firearms. We talk about subject matter as far as use of force, use of deadly force. My wife and I are concealed carry instructors as well. So we invite you to subscribe to KDOD 357. So till see you next time, stay armed, stay safe.